Hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Um, Good evening. Good night. Uh, it is much later than I wanted to start the stream. Uh, it's already almost 9. It's kind of late. I was gonna start like 2 hours ago. But hey, we're here. After taking a break for a couple weeks, we're back. Yeah, so how's it going? How have the past couple weeks been? I think 2 weeks ago, the reason why I didn't stream was just because I was a bit busy. I just had some stuff to do. I might have to hang on. Might need to adjust the mic sensitivity of my PNG tuber because my mouth wasn't opening when I was talking. I do have my mic positioned differently right now. I have it like right in front of me. If I have to type anything, it's gonna be loud. Because my mic is like right by my keyboard, because it's right in front of me. But that means that it's further away from my computer, so hopefully I'm not picking up as much noise from my computer fan. That's the idea. So here we are. Yeah, as I was saying, I did not stream a couple weeks ago because I just had other things to do and didn't really manage my time well enough. You know how it is. And then last week, I was going to be busy doing stuff with family, but then ended up getting sick. My whole household was sick, so we ended up just sitting together on the couch and watching TV. I watched Bridgerton with my mom. That's interesting. While we were sick, we binged like the first 4 episodes of season 4. Because, you know, that's all that's out right now of season 4. Never thought I would watch that show, but you know, my mom and I were both sick, and my mom was sicker than me, so I'm like, okay, I'll sit with you and watch your show, and it was alright. I kind of got sucked into it. So that's what I was doing last week, was watching Bridgerton with my mom while we were both sick with the flu. So, yeah. And yeah, that was kind of my past week. I was getting over a flu, and now we're good. Now I'm feeling okay and ready to stream. I'm putting on, I forgot on Blue Sky they have that feature now where you can say that you're live, and I forgot to do that. I'm just gonna set it for an hour. I'm probably gonna go for longer than an hour, but you know, if people are joining late, then they won't see that I'm live on Blue Sky, and that's just is what it is. I am now set to live on Blue Sky. I haven't been using Blue Sky much. I honestly haven't been using social media much in the past little bit. Anyway, what am I saying? What is there to say? Am I a little quiet? Or am I sounding okay? I don't know. I still the stream audio, my method of doing stream audio balancing is I just kind of hope for the best. You know how it is. If it turns out sounding bad, well, I'm mostly doing this for fun anyway. Yeah, so that was my past couple weeks, and today I was a little late getting started because I had dinner a little later than usual, and I got so full and needed to sit down and digest. I had poutine, pulled pork poutine for dinner. I went out and bought frozen fries and cheese curds and a gravy mix, and I had leftover pulled pork that I made myself. So I had a yummy dinner, and also Caesar salad. I bought a Caesar salad kit. So that was my delicious dinner that made me late for stream because I was so full, and I had eaten a little later than usual, so... What else? I guess I can get into the video game. Sorry, I'm like clicking random things on my desktop right now. Including my PNG tuber, my ViadoTube mini window. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since I last streamed, can you tell? I'm gonna take a sip of water, actually. I'd yawn. Alright. I think I'm just gonna turn off the music and boot up the game. Because, again, I'm starting later than I wanted to, so I'm probably not gonna stream for very long. Might just go for like an hour and a half from here until 10:30. Currently it is 9:05. Why is my PNG tuber like not talking the way I expect it to? Do I need to move the microphone volume cutoff even lower? Hello? Hi? Hello? Hi? Well, you know what? I'm actually going to change my avatar anyway. Got to get into uniform. You know how it is. All right, this one's moving like I want it to. It starts when I talk. It stops when I stop talking. Very good. Good job, Edgeworth Plushie. You're doing good. I'm trying to remember if there's like anything else I want to talk about. If there's anything else to say from the past couple weeks. It's kind of just been business as usual, aside from being sick. I had school. It was all right. I've got midterms coming up this coming week. Got some tests, some exams. I think that's gonna be okay. I'll live. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have any other major updates, so let's get into the video game. Let's get into it. Yawning again. Oh, I cleaned my desk the other day. I had a lot of clutter and dust and stuff on this desk of mine, and now it's in better shape, so that's nice. Well, time for video game. So where we last left off, well, we were talking to young Miss Pearl, and she may have been used to commit murder, so that's great. They might have used the 9-year-old to commit murder. So we're gonna talk to her some more about that, and then I'm guessing there's probably not much more to investigate before we get into the last trial, so we're probably starting the final trial today. So that's cool. Next stream after this might be the last one, depending on how long this trial goes and how long I manage to stream. I am expecting it to be a big one though, so I don't know. I don't know. We're talking to the kid. We're talking to the kid about the night of the crime. Okay. Okay, I should also say, my parents are out for dinner right now and could come home at any minute, so at some point I might have to step away and just say hi to them and then come back here. Be like, hi, sorry, I have to go back to talking to my computer, bye! But we'll see, we'll see. I don't know exactly how late they're gonna be out. But yeah, just fair warning, I might have to suddenly step away at some point just to say hi to my parents. Anyway, that out of the way, let's get into it. Let's ask this poor child about the night of the crime.
After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of the leftover gravy.
Yes, of course, the gravy. I remember. That was great. The gravy? Phoenix, come on. I know it's been 2 weeks for me, but for you it's only been a minute. Keep up.
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred tavern. I was sure it was the Master of Kurain, like it said in the letter.
I see. And then?
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yes. I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why didn't you just go to the training hall?
Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started, and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then
Pearls, did you fall asleep? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it. Interesting. Larry jump scare. Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris too. It happens. Anyway. Then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple?
yes. When I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept.
Oh, this kid. Oh no. But it sounds like she didn't commit the murder though, or you know, she wasn't possessed to commit the murder, you know?
I threw the letter into the incinerator, then I heated up the leftover gravy, and
did that. And let let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried? Must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Okay. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry. Alright, so that was that. Next is Lost Powers.
It was written right in my mother's letter, but it said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit.
So did you?
I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit? Okay, so you did channel her spirit. No. No, you didn't?
No. I tried, but I couldn't do it.
Huh. Huh. You couldn't do it. Huh.
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened.
Huh. Well, maybe someone else was channeling her. The line was busy. You got voicemail.
I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time.
Well, I'm glad you didn't succeed. That's good news. That's very good news. Crazy that I left off on that last time 2 weeks ago. For 2 weeks, I was like, oh my god, this child was made to commit murder, and now it's like, oh, never mind. And if I had just gone for a few more minutes, I would have known. That's beautiful.
I just couldn't do it.
Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. Thanks for the positivity, Larry. You're too kind. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh! Just like that. You can fly? So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone?
Yes, I don't know what to do.
Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? I mean, did you try to channel any other spirits? I mean, you know, like when you think your charger isn't working, so you like try the block with different cables, or you try the cable with different blocks to see which one isn't working. You know? Like that. You get it right, Pearl? You understand?
I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though.
Could you please tell me what it is, anyway? It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit. What do you know? Someone else? What do you mean? What do you think she means, Phoenix? Another spirit medium? No, just anyone else.
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Oh, okay, thanks, Larry. Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. Yeah, it's exactly like that. Thank you, Larry. Then that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne. I mean, I guess the other possibility would be that she's not actually dead, but I don't think that's it. I'm a failure. No, no, don't say that. No. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish. Oh, damn, was your mother gonna be executed too? Her final wish?
Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it. Well, let's ask if Pearl knows anything else about it. New conversation topic, let's go.
My mother has gone to a place called a penitentiary. A penitentiary. I don't know what that means. Why did they send my mom to the penitentiary?
Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month. And last month she told me
the time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. This is Morgan Fay in the past voice. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here.
Huh.
I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fay clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now listen carefully and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden.
Ah, my mother is always nice to me. I love her very much.
Oh girl. Oh no. Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right? Like, Larry, we really don't need your input. I'm sorry, but like I know you're trying to be nice and just be a part of the conversation, but you don't have to be a part of this conversation, okay? Okay? Like, I love you, Larry. You can back off and stay in your lane, okay? Okay.
She said it was for the good of the Fay clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fay clan, so it had to be good for her, too.
Oh, girl, you really don't know. You really don't get it. Oh.
That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah. Like, what do you say to that?
There was a picture with her letter, too.
A picture?
Of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh? Like Larry knows anything about this stuff.
There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before.
Really now? Huh. I wonder if perhaps someone else has accessed this envelope and perhaps put something else in there and taken out the original letter. perhaps this is not the original letter. The plot thickens once again. That sure is pretty strange. Someone had opened it already? Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out. Also, oh my god, I'm so glad you didn't commit murder.
You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us.
Is she dead? I don't know. I think she's still just in jail, but I don't know.
So I'm sure Mystic Maya will be all right.
Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Ha! I would recognize that ha anywhere. Finally figured it out, have you, trite? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Godot, how long have you been here? Did you just hear our whole conversation? The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. What a line. They really wanted to say fuck here. Looks like a goddamn puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because Maya Fey isn't coming back. Why do you say that? What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, trite. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Fey. Really, man? Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances. I realize that, but... And you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything about what was going on. Huh. What did I just say, trite? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow. We'll settle everything in court tomorrow. Once and for all.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Mr. Nick, is what that man just said true?
It'll be all right, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
I sure hope so. Morgan Fay voice, my dear Pearl. You've done so well, my child, my Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. Well, has she done something? Well, now I'm confused. I knew this day would come for you.
The blood of the main family is no more.
Now, finally, after all this time, the master's seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. Okay. To be continued. Yeah, sure, I'll save. Episode 5, Part 4-1, Trial. Let's go. To be continued right now, right after I take a sip of water. And yawn again. I'm gonna adjust my chair, actually. Hold on. And the back leaned back. I'm not leaning back. I'm sitting forward. I'm locked in. Excuse me. February 10th, 9:39 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Here we are.
Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Morning, girls.
Mr. Nick, please tell me, what's gonna happen to Mystic Maya?
I don't know! I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple.
Oh, I see. So it's Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall?
No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court.
Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby?
I have to admit, it's kind of strange. Excuse me. Oh, if you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Hey, bestie. Ed Edgeworth. What's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony. You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Huh? Huh? Wait, what? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession. Oh, or so I heard. Franziska von Karma, what are you up to? What the heck are you up to? Yeah, I figured it wasn't gonna be her. I know what you're thinking, but Franziska isn't going to be the prosecutor today. How did you know what I was thinking, by the way? Can you read my mind? Are you a mind reader, Edgeworth? What? Then who is? Who do you think, Phoenix? Who did we just talk to? Who else would it be but Godot? You, Phoenix, you're kind of stupid sometimes, you know? I'm sorry to say. Godot? Franziska is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern. Oh, what are you smiling about?
The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's...
Exactly. She has been out there all night trying to remove those trick locks. Okay. With the head nun's assistance, naturally. Oh boy, what a pair. What a team. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. Interesting. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon. Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. You're looking in my eyes? You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday. Oof, yesterday must have been a long day. Looks at my stream archives. Sure was a long day. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold on to someone else. Literally. Huh? And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Okay. 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 Giggling, blushing. Thanks. Pearl, why did he call me that? Pearl, you're the only one here I can talk to. Pearl, what did he mean by this? I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. This damn sword. The circumstances around the murder of Ms. Elise Tonem. No, I mean Ms. Misty Faye. I still can't believe it's her, even though I figured it out ages ago. Oh my god. Also this beautiful painting. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And what that woman is really after. That woman. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end, he says out loud. February 10th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 7. Yeah, also, that conversation with Edgeworth did just remind me, damn, Phoenix really just, like, almost died, like, not very long ago. And he's okay. That's fine. We're in court.
Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura Temple. ...
Your Honor? What are you?
Ooh, me?
Oh yeah, did we have the different judge before?
Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted.
Oh yeah, I see. That's where the cold went. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him. I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers. Huh, that explains a lot. Okay. The Judge brothers. The brothers Juge. Poor brother. He looked a bit pale, not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. It's time for coffee. Slurp. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment. Well said, Mr. Godot. I understood exactly what you said. At least up until the end, anyway. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement. All right, Godot. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. Then why are you holding a grudge, buddy? If your hearts change, so are you saying you're not human? Anyway. There is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug. So then you mean, forget it. What do you mean? What? During yesterday's trial, the accused refused. Oh, the accused refused. Spitting bars here. Sorry. Refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Oh, so you're talking about how she had a change of heart. Okay. Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make. A confession? The defendant? Iris. Why didn't she discuss this with me first? Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession.
I'm here.
Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and pronouns. I mean profession. That's one of my rules.
My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes, but first I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
It's all right. What is it?
Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident.
Oh, okay, so you played a part. So you were just a part. You were not like the murderer. We can work with that. Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Donim?
No, I'm not, Your Honor.
Okay.
But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place.
Okay. All right, keep talking.
After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard, where I desecrated it.
Okay, we'll see where you're going with this.
What? Order in the court, order! Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder?
Hey, better than straight up being the murderer. Let's keep going with this.
Yes, that's correct.
What?
3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat. I don't know, man. Maybe you still got a bit of that fever. Huh. Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. So true. That's deep, man. Just happens to be that in this case, it's to murder. Isn't that right, Mr. Trite? That Godot. So this is the confession they were conferring about. Pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris's testimony was all a lie. Iris's testimony crumpled up and shoved into a pocket. Well, that's worthless now. Yeet. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? Iris was covering for Iris was covering for someone? Shocking. It's not like she just said that she took part in a cover-up of the murder. Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket. Oh, sorry, I need to yawn again. This is really testing my voice. I mean, I'm kind of pushing myself a bit with the voices here. I'm doing like low end of my range with Godot and doing the gravelly voice for the judge,
And then doing this for Iris. I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Judge, I know you just got here subbing in for your brother, but you really haven't done like the base research on the Korean tradition before hopping on this case. Anyway.
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her.
Really now? Okay, I need to take a sip of water again. Oh, and yawn again!
The daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey.
Yeah, that's who I thought you were talking about. Alright, it's coming together. I think. I mean, there's probably going to be like 5 more twists before the game ends, but anyway. Huh? Wake up and smell the coffee, Trite. She's naming Maya?
Order in the court. So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer.
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes.
Yeah, I'm sure it was definitely Maya and just Maya herself committing the murder of her own free will. I'm sure that was it. Sure that's what happened.
And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
Objection!
That's ridiculous. Maya would never do such a...
The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your Honor.
I was not asking you a yes or no question.
Glad I was prepared for the unexpected. I mean, Phoenix, come on. Like, you didn't see this coming? You're kind of clueless. You've kind of been clueless this whole time. Like, anyway. I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. Phoenix, you kinda dumb. I'm sorry, but it's true. The real murderer.
I went to the inner temple that night and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff.
Oh, interesting.
While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike.
Huh?
Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
Huh. Well, that's a lie, I'm sure. Excuse me. I might have to take a throat lozenge. Hold on. I'm gonna... I'll be back. Listen to my lozenge wrapper ASMR. Whoop, it just popped out of the wrapper and onto my keyboard. Anyway. Now I'm gonna have a throat lozenge in my mouth, so I'm not gonna be able to speak very well, but it'll be fine. I'm just gonna go easy on the voices for a sec. So it was in self-defense.
Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal. Okay. Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday. Yesterday. I'm gonna have to really try to remember things here. Iris never went to the inner temple that night. And that the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Okay, now I don't have to read dialogue for a second. Oof, my health is already down. That's not good. Hold on, let me see what I have. Oh yeah, there's a sword hidden inside the staff. I remember that. We found that in my last stream. Interesting that this is still labeled as where she was murdered, even though we now know it was staged. Horrible sketch. It's truly offensive calling this horrible. It's a great sketch. Anyway. This sure does have blood on it. Anyway, let's just press everything. We'll do the press everything method. Actually, can I save right now? Yep. Again, I still have a throat lozenge in my mouth, so I apologize for if you can hear me sucking on that thing. That thing being the throat lozenge, of course. Alright, we press, and never mind, I'm actually gonna have to read dialogue because I'm pressing. Oops. Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You stated yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple.
Objection!
Ooh, that objection. Did she now? Too bad for you. What she said yesterday doesn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go?
It was in the inner temple's training hall.
A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony.
Alright, Mr. Prosecutor.
That would be properly described as hearsay. What do you have to say, witness?
I just couldn't tell him the truth at that time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she?
No.
I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder.
There. We all understand how difficult this is for you. Now then, let's continue with the testimony. What did you witness in the temple garden?
Well, Your Honor, blah blah blah. Alright,
Press.
you're saying that the victim attacked Ms. Faye?
Yes, it was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and looked like she was going to collapse.
Ooh. Girl got concussed. What were you doing at the time?
I don't know.
Why didn't you stop them from fighting?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
That's perfectly understandable, my dear.
Which doesn't sound right. Don't believe this testimony for a minute. She moved in to deliver a fatal strike?
Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon.
Wait a minute. What was this weapon?
It was some kind of dagger.
Dagger, huh? And Elise Donim tried to stab her with this weapon? To kill Ms. Faye?
Yes, exactly.
Ha!
You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce. Okay.
Oh, I think my parents just got home. Hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna... BRB? BRB? Okay, I'm back.
Just had to say hi to my parents.
And let them know that I will be sitting here talking to my computer for another half hour or so. Hopefully we'll get to a good stopping point in like 20 to 30 minutes. We'll see how we do. Anyway, back to it.
Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy?
Do I have a problem with Iris's testimony? Yeah. Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony.
You do? But this witness is your own client.
Come on, man. Yes, well, nevertheless, I mean, she's acting as a witness for the prosecution right now. She's not acting as my client, so come on.
That's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that. Listen, Gramps. I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me.
Bruh, you ain't the judge. Sit down.
Okay, now, let's continue.
Alright, I'm gonna skip over that for now. And we're gonna keep pressing. See what happens. Stick mode, turn things around. Used the weapon she had taken and lunged forward for a strike. Are you absolutely certain? Yes, but believe me, she had no choice. Hold on. Yeah, she was stabbed in the back. So. Yeah.
Believe me, she had no choice. If Mystic Maya hadn't done something...
Maya Fey's name would have been written on this autopsy report instead.
Yes, I see. This is bad. I still can't put the pieces together unless I find a contradiction, blah blah blah. Okay, so I guess that was the end.
I only have this to say.
Oh wait, no, I guess this is the last one. So yeah, let's press this to see what happens. So you're saying Maya Fey was the one who stabbed Ms. Elise Donem? Sister Iris, is that really what you saw?
Yes.
Objection!
Right. Tisk.
Anyway.
If your mug is filled with black and bitter suspicions, the only way to get rid of them is to drink them down quick. Like this!
I know that's supposed to be a metaphor, but I don't get it.
There's only one thing you need to get, Trite. It's called evidence. Now hurry up, before my next cup gets cold. What does that mean? Is Cadeau waiting for me to point out the contradictions?
I'd like to avoid the whole spirit channeling thing if I can. I mean, I guess for now, but good luck doing that for the whole thing anyway. Not only would it be inadmissible as evidence, but I think it might actually hurt our standing with the judge. First, I need to pick her testimony apart and expose the unnatural-sounding parts. Don't know why Iris would tell a story like this, but there are two things I noticed that just don't add up. Striking with her staff, moved in to deliver. She threw her staff away and pulled a dagger from inside her robe. Well, I know something you don't know, and that's this. The secret sword. Have a look at this.
Objection!
Sorry, I'm finishing off this throat lozenge in my mouth right now. Crunch. Sister Iris. There's something strange about your version of events.
Huh?
Miss Donim throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me.
But all you can do with a staff is hit someone.
Interesting you should say that. Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. There was a damn sword in it. As you can see, it's a sword.
Ah!
If Elise Donim really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. She already had a blade in her hands already! Already! Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say? That was an impressive bit of investigating, Trite. I never would have thought that there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy, and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. And this is why bigger isn't always better. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade. Well... Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony. is something strange about this whole testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point.
Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its argument.
Mr. Wright.
I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Because Ms. Elise Donim would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey. That's interesting. I mean, I thought we were gonna do the stab in the back angle where it's like, oh, she took her weapon and then lunged for her. Like, okay, how did that end up being a backstab? But no, I guess if we're arguing that it's because Ms. Elise Donim would never take the life of Maya Fey, then I guess this is what we have.
Take that!
Elise Donim would never have attacked Maya Fey.
How can you be so sure?
Because the victim's real name was not Elise Donim. Her real name was Misty Fey.
Hey,
No! Not Mystic Misty Fey!
who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to...
Misty Fey is, or was, the master of the grain channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey.
Are you serious?
Is it really true? Mr. Wright? Was Elise Donim actually the great Mystic Misty?
There's no doubt about it. Looks like Iris had no idea.
I can hardly believe it.
The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, her only surviving daughter, when she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing. I mean, like, motive was, like, what was the motive in the first place, you know? Anyway. Order.
Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented,
And they're just taking his word for it. They're just taking Phoenix at his word that Elise Donim was in fact Misty Fey. They're just taking his word for it. Okay.
one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and two, that the two people battling to the death were mother and daughter. Despite the facts being believable when taken on their own, when taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe.
Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible. Except for one little thing.
Yes? What is this one little impossible thing?
Huh. You still don't get it.
Well, maybe if you'd stop being so cryptic,
You little weirdo. You think maybe my beans are under roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps. What? I love Gateau. Could you get to your point? I heard this witness's confession this morning.
just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee. Going to ruin your health, my friend. It's so funny. Thanks, Judge. Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty.
Oh. Oh my. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? How... Huh?
Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing? Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else? Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it.
Yeah, if you look so closely. You have to look real closely. Yeah, it's not obvious, you know? Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene.
Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene?
The pine tree at the crime scene? Ooh. Huh? The pine tree? The pine tree at the crime scene? There was a pine tree? I don't see a pine tree here. I straight up don't see a pine tree here.
This dagger was stuck in the back side of the pine tree.
That tree don't look like a pine tree to me.
When the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the two women, this little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree. Which means the blood on this dagger belongs to the victim, correct? Ha! Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, just as I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee.
Okay, well now the number's getting higher.
Didn't you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago?
For once, Phoenix actually pays attention and actually absorbs some information and remembers it later. Good job, Phoenix.
Didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice. In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately. This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right.
Why are you being weird about this dagger? Why are you being weird about this dagger? For what reason?
Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately.
Dagger.
Now then, the testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible.
I don't want to read this.
Cute girls never lie. Ever.
Yeah, that's definitely true. We've definitely learned this through all of these Ace Attorney games, for sure. Yep.
In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court.
What? About what, Your Honor?
Excuse me. About the incident you saw, the battle between the two women.
Yes, Your Honor. I will testify again about the battle.
I think we'll do this testimony and then start wrapping up, I guess, because I did not want to go for too long tonight because it's late. But anyway, we'll get through this testimony. We'll see what happens.
Mystic Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff. But then she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack and stole her weapon.
Got illustrations, lovely.
Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern.
Okay, so now the stab in the back thing is gonna come into play. This was what I'm predicting anyway. Red!
That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise.
Uh-huh.
Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
That was a very heartbreaking story.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore.
That seems reasonable. Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
Alright, let's do this cross-examination. Let's start pressing just for fun. Hold it! Where were you standing when you witnessed all this?
What do you mean?
Well, if either of them had noticed you, they might not have continued their battle.
I wonder if that's true. The two of them, they were standing near the garden stone lantern. I was watching the whole thing from behind. It was dark where the two of them were, so I think that's why they didn't see me.
So it was dark in the garden when the murder took place. Tell me, what did Miss Maya do after she was struck?
She dodged the next attack and stole the weapon.
What happened?
I'm not sure. It was very dark, couldn't see. I think it got knocked away somewhere as the fight escalated.
That makes sense. Would explain the need for the dagger.
Mystic Elise raised the dagger to strike.
Dagger struck the lantern, fell to the ground. Oh, interesting. And then Mystic Maya picked it up. What did the victim do when the weapon was stolen from her? She was one on the defensive with her back to the stone lantern. Turn the tables on the victim. I'm just kind of going through this quickly because I think I know the answer already, but I want to press anyway. Mystic Maya wasn't herself at the time. Well, that's an interesting thing to say. After all, her life was in danger. Can't believe it. The idea of Maya cornering someone at knife point. It's just silly. It's just silly. Oh, music stopped? As they say, a cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal. I believe the correct description of a cornered fox is scared and petrified. What are these two going back and forth about? Your animal analogies have grown tiresome. You started it! You started it! Just childish. What happened next? Stabbed her! And then managed to fling the knife away, but then she... So I think I'm just gonna present here. Because, like, with the picture and everything, come on. The picture where you see her so clearly
Objection!
with her back against the pillar. Something about you just isn't right today, Iris.
Huh?
Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions.
What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony?
According to you, Maya Fey stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern, correct?
Yes, that's right.
But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right?
Yes, I think so.
But, according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back. This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt has sprouted from your testimony.
Ah! What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
Huh. It's simple. People are like books. We've got a front and a back. You get my drift? No, Godot, I don't.
Is that all you have to say?
I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind.
Oh, so that's your excuse. It was dark. It was nighttime and they were outside in the dark. Okay.
Objection!
Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting being mother and daughter, and now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach.
There certainly are some inconsistencies.
Well, Iris, how about it?
Well, it's just...
If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing. I wasn't asking you! What do you mean? There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. Man, you're just weird. But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Were you really concentrating on what this witness actually said?
Prosecutor Godot, explain yourself.
Even Judge is getting fed up. The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. A human needs one thing to see clearly. Well, first of all, they need eyes. And second of all, they need functioning eyesight. They need their brain to be hooked up to their eyes properly. And that is light.
Light.
By the way, did you know? More fun facts with Godot, alright. Hazakura has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is at the inner temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit. That's Oh, that's interesting. That contradicts it being dark. That indicates that there was light. Huh. I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for. Well, maybe it was there to be a lantern. Genius.
Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly?
Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern. Okay. Impossible? It hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in the garden that night. Okay. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all.
Most enlightening. Get it? Enlightening? Judge got jokes.
Yes, that illuminating, I've got jokes too, that illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Okay, buddy. Isn't that right, trite? No! Order. Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern into evidence. Oh, well, if they didn't recognize each other, then why was Maya written on the dang lantern? And also, why was it written upside down? That I don't understand. Maybe it will rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. Stone lantern added to the court record. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face? What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot?
This lantern? There's something written on it.
There sure is. Oh, right. Oh, Godot. Oh, it's written.
Hey, it's written in blood.
Oh boy. So the judge didn't know about that yet. And Godot didn't know about it either. Nobody told him. Nobody pointed it out or mentioned it to him at all. He couldn't see it himself. Therefore, okay. Maybe I don't know if there's gonna be a good stopping point. I might just cut it off here. Honestly. Like, it's not exactly a good stopping point. It's kind of in the middle of a conversation, but I did say I wanted to wrap up at 10:30, and it is now just past 10:30, so I'm just gonna wrap her up. So that's, yeah, I think I'm just gonna wrap her up there, just pick that back up. Probably next week. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to next week. I don't think anything's happening. I should be good to go next week. Maybe I'll try to actually start at 7 next week and do an earlier evening stream. I do like the evening. I like doing this in the evening is nice. Lets me do things during the day. Yeah. What else is there to say? I'm happy to be continuing this game. I like this game, and I'm getting so close to finally finishing it and finally wrapping this up. Getting so close. But for now, gotta keep it short for tonight. Under 2 hours. It is what it is. I'll try to do at least a solid 2 hours next week. And we'll see how far we can get. And until then, yeah, what else is there to say? Have a lovely week. Keep an eye on my socials for announcements for the next stream. What am I doing? There. You can find me online at ray.cool. That is that. Yeah, right now I'm thinking I would like to stream next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's the plan. We'll see if that actually happens. Or, plans can always change. Again, just keep an eye on my Tumblr, Blue Sky, and Discord for announcements and updates. And I think, yeah, I don't really want to sit here yapping for too long. I don't think I really have anything else to say. Just see you next week. We'll play more of this game. I am excited. I'm looking forward to it. But until then, that's gonna be it for now. So I will see you next time. Take care. Have a good week. Bye.